Good morning, I'm Barbara Kay, here with Susan Shulman Pertnoy. Welcome to a new season of Mosaic. Mosaic is Jewish Federation of Palm Beach County's weekly news magazine show, exploring Jewish topics here in the Palm Beaches and around the world.
Approximately 125,000 Jewish people live here in the Palm Beaches, one of the largest Jewish communities in the country. But what has communities around the country turning their heads is the rapid and explosive growth of the Jewish population here in Palm Beach County.
On this first episode of our new season, we'll speak with Jeff Shulman about where, how, and why our community is growing at such an impressive rate.
We'll then hear from a pair of young Jewish families who live in key areas of growth here in the Palm Beaches to hear what their generation is looking for in a Jewish community.
And then we'll find out from Jewish Federation's leadership on how they're responding to our community's projected growth.
We'll be right back with Mosaic after this brief commercial break.
They say that caring for the elderly is a profession of the heart. As the director of home health care at Morse Life, I know that to be true. When I see an older person feeling safe and secure at home, I know I've done my job. To make a difference, to show compassion, dignity, and respect, it's not just our job, it's our mission.
Morse Life Home Healthcare.
Morse Life Health System, honoring senior living.
Our Jewish Federation has accomplished so much, and still needs keep growing. You can help us do even more. Community, like every gift, counts. Together, we can ensure a vibrant Jewish future. Federation and you, changing the world together.
We're on location at the JCC, and we're talking about Jewish population growth in our community. With us is Jeffrey Shulman, who's in his first year as president of the Meyer Jewish Academy, and he's also had 30 years of investment experience in real estate in Southern Florida. Welcome, Jeff.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Nice to have you. Tell us, what is the current status of our Jewish growth in the Palm Beaches?
Well, I've recently seen a new estimate, and in the Federation's catchment area, there's approximately 125,000 Jewish people. That makes us the 11th largest in North America, and that doesn't count approximately 130,000 Jewish people in southern Palm Beach County. Now, to put that into context, Broward County has a Jewish population of about 185,000 people, and Miami-Dade has a Jewish population of about 125,000 people. Recently, the Palm Beach Post came out with a great article and a map that detailed that there's approximately 25,000 homes that are planned over the next 10 years or so in our trade area. And that could mean that for us, the Jewish population could increase 50% for our trade area.
And who's the demographic that's moving here?
Well, we've got our typical pre-retirees and retirees, commonly known as the baby boomers, and they are the nation's fastest growing population. But more and more millennials, which is the nation's largest population, are moving to Palm Beach County, and we're right now home to the 8th largest Jewish millennial population in the United States. Interestingly, that's more than either Miami or San Francisco. And these are young professionals and young families that are moving to our area.
And what specific areas of the Palm Beaches are they moving to, or they're geographically speaking?
Well, over the next 10 years, the areas west of the Palm Beach International Airport and to the north, Jupiter, Palm Beach Gardens, right where we are today here, Susan, that's where the growth's going to be.
And why do you think people, and Jewish people as well, want to be here? What's the allure?
There's really two factors. We've got job growth and a great quality of life. So 30 years ago, the growth was in the southern part of Palm Beach County. IBM opened a campus and created high-paying jobs. And with that, the Jewish community grew and developed. But now that area is all built out. Now the growth is in central and northern Palm Beach counties. That our area has been carefully and professionally planned, and it offers a high quality of life that's attractive to the boomers, the millennials, and their employers.
Jeffrey, will you expand a little bit about the quality of life here?
Sure. With our wonderful climate, we've got a year-round, active, healthy lifestyle. We've got beaches, boating, golf and tennis. We've got trend-setting choices of luxury housing in central and northern Palm Beach County. But most importantly, we have excellent educational choices. 2 years ago, the Arthur I. Meyer Jewish Academy at the Melvin J. and Claire Levin Center for Jewish Learning moved to Palm Beach Gardens. At Meyer Academy, we've offered best-in-class Jewish kindergarten through 8th grade education for 42 years. Our students are highly sought after by area high schools, and those Jewish students are going to be our future community leaders here in northern Palm Beach County. Yes, it is.
What do you think the demographic will look like in 10 years' time?
Well, I think that we will see as much as 200,000 Jewish people living in our area. And there's all kinds of exciting things going on there. For example, we've recently attracted a Fortune 50 company. Okay, it's one of the 100 largest companies in the world, and they've recently broken ground over the last 6 months in a 250,000 square foot facility that will create approximately 400 high-paying jobs. That's right across the street from several internationally recognized biotech companies. Another example is we're attracting hedge fund and asset management funds that are coming from New York and Connecticut due to the tax advantages and our great lifestyle.
Now that actually makes a lot of sense. As president of the Meyer, how do you see Jewish education moving forward to accommodate this growth?
Well, more children and families means more opportunities to provide the next generation with superior academic experience, along with a strong connection to Israel and our core Jewish values. And Meyer Academy is positioned to engage young families in our area. We've aligned our location with projected growth and development.
You're a leader in the community and you're an expert on real estate. What is your advice to our federation and community organizations for moving forward?
Well, we need to continue to increase our programs that are relevant to our Jewish values and our interests. And that gives us an opportunity to connect like-minded people. And if we do that, Palm Beach will grow into the most active, unified, and thriving Jewish communities in all of North America.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for allowing me to be with you.
Coming up, we'll hear from 2 young Jewish families on why they've chosen to call this community their home.
The patients who come to us after illness or injury are often in pain and fearful of losing their independence. I make it my mission to treat them like family. I listen to their concerns. I help them heal and gain strength. My goal is for them to not need us. To know that I help them, there's no better feeling.
Morse Life Short-Term Rehabilitation.
Morse Life Health System, honoring senior living.
My name is Shayne Silver. I am a real estate agent in Palm Beach County with Keller Williams. And my journey into the Jewish community here in Boynton Beach began with my daughter. And when she was 6 months old, I was looking to meet other new moms in the area. And the first class that looked fun that I came upon was a Mommy and Me music class at the Jewish Community Center in Boynton Beach. So through that class, we met some great moms and some great kids. And when it was time for preschool, we all said, well, they have a wonderful, amazing preschool here. We've heard only good things about it. And my daughter ended up at the preschool at the Boynton Beach JCC for 4 years, where she met some wonderful, wonderful children, and we met a lot of our parent friends. And since that, we've gotten very involved, both with the preschool and with the JCC in Boynton Beach. I now sit on the board of directors for the Mandel JCC. We're also very involved with the Federation, Jewish Federation of Palm Beach, with the Jewish Professionals Network. And through all of those avenues, we've met wonderful people that we socialize with, both just in our social lives and professionally. So it's become kind of a thread that connects us all through the community. I think it's important from a young age to educate them on the traditions and the religion, of Judaism. I think the younger they learn it, the more they will carry it through their lives. To me, growing up, it was more about tradition, and I like seeing them start that. We have play dates at our house, and the children are, singing and dancing, and they're singing Jewish songs that they learned in school, and it's nice to hear. It's nice to have them excited about Shabbat, and not just seeing their friends, but actually going to temple and being part of it, being part of the tradition. I think it's benefited us personally from some of the programs that they have that we've enjoyed and attended, and I think that it's definitely enhanced my children's life and our social life. It's how we've met a lot of our friends, and it's definitely helped our business as well, getting to know other professionals in the area with, again, that similar thread that we all have.
Through our partner agency programs in Israel, Federation creates opportunities for at-risk youth, families, and seniors. We also provide emergency assistance to the victims of terrorism. Community, like every gift, counts. Together, we can ensure a vibrant Jewish future. Federation and you, changing the world together.
Hi, I'm sitting here with 4 of the most beautiful people imaginable that live in our community. I'm so happy to see you here. We were talking earlier on the program about the fact that a lot of the young professionals, you're a doctor, you're real estate people and live in Boynton and you live in Jupiter, have come to this area for different reasons. What is the reason you came to Palm Beach or where you're living at this point? Anybody want to answer? Why did you move here?
I think the reason why ultimately we decided to move here to Jupiter and Palm Beach Gardens area is they just built a brand new Jewish day school and a JCC, and we said it's time for us to come. Our family lives in North Dade, and it's not so far away from the rest of our family, and we moved here about 1.5 years ago, and it's been wonderful.
Wonderful. You love it too.
Yeah,
I mean, if she loves it, you have to love it, right?
That's right.
No, but it offers a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, we've been able to really jump into the community. We've gotten to know a lot of people. This campus has been like a center of life for us and our family, our kids. They're here right now with the day off of school, and they're here in the camp day. So, yeah, I mean, it's been it's a wonderful grounding center for us to, grow our family together.
That is so nice. Do you feel the same way?
We do. Our whole life revolves around the JCC. We have our friends, our kids, and our kids' friends are here. We have business associates also that work at the JCC, so it's kind of become the center of our social life.
It is. What about the Jewish component? Does that help important part of your life?
Oh, absolutely. It's become a huge part of our life, especially since having children. And the education and the tradition and seeing it instilled in our children and seeing them grow up around it.
Yeah, a JCC is supposed to be like a place of ingathering. People that come from all over find a great deal of comfort in a Jewish community center because it engages people. How about your children? Do they love coming here? Somebody.
Yeah, they love it. I mean, they have a great time. They're always excited to be there. All of their activities are here, or a lot of them, between sports and after-school activities. So it's kind of like a home away from home, so to speak, which is great.
That is important. How important to you is really being involved in Jewish life?
It is. I mean, growing up, I went to Hebrew school. I was bar mitzvahed. It was a big part of my life when I grew up, and certainly it was important for us to instill those same traditions and values in our kids as well. And certainly we were able to find that here. There's a large Jewish population in Boynton Beach, and we fit right in.
Yeah. You feel that way? You feel it's important for your children to see this kind of experience?
Absolutely. We were just saying that our little one went through preschool at the Boynton J, and for 4.5 years, that's all she knew. From school to camp and after school activities, that's all she knew. And this year when she went to kindergarten, it was the first time that she was kind of leaving that. So we continued with the aftercare program just to keep some of that continuity in her life and keep the Jewish component in her life and keep her in touch with some of those friends that she had met because it was such a large part of her life.
You know, it's so important for us to, when you think about it, to develop this connectedness, this sense of feeling of belonging. Your children involved also in that regard?
Our children are involved. We're here every day.
You're here every day?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, you take them?
They're at school at the Meyer Academy. And, you know, we moved here. We didn't know anybody in this area. And the Jewish community especially has welcomed us. We've made friends in a short amount of time. And our kids have friends. And it's been fun.
Yeah. Do you develop the continuity at home too? Do you continue the Jewish involvement in your house for holidays and so on?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Beth and I both grew up in a conservative neighborhood further south, and we both feel very strongly that we need to pass the traditions and the culture and the spirituality that we experienced in our life to our children, because if we don't do it, no one's going to.
No, you're right. And if the children see other children being involved and participating, that encourages them.
Absolutely.
Don't you think so?
Absolutely.
I think the Federation is critical in a community to develop this sense of identification, involvement, departments that people can go to practice Judaism. What do you think about it? What do you think about Federation? Do anybody here involved with Federation? Raise your hand.
Yeah.
Somewhat. I mean, I go to a lot of the business networking events for starters.
Do you really?
I do, and I go to. I'm looking forward. They have a big speaker coming up, coming in to speak from the Jerusalem Post, which I'm really looking forward to. So I am involved for social reasons and for business networking as well.
Yeah. You too?
Yes, absolutely. I work with their Jewish Professionals Network and their women's.
Yeah. And?
Well, we were new to the area, and so I was very happy to just go through the Emerging Leadership Program with the Federation. And since that came to completion, I've joined a couple of committees at the Federation. So yeah, it's an active part of our life.
You know something that's interesting when you think about the number of beneficiary agencies that the Federation has put into the community. In other words, they care for the elderly, they care for the people that are disenfranchised, et cetera, schools. And I think it's a wonderful opportunity. Why aren't you, how about you getting involved with the Federation? I'd love it. I'll take your card. No, seriously, it's really a wonderful, wonderful thing for you to do. How about it?
I think when people are new to the community or new parents, I think the Federation is really the first place that they go to see what is what's around and what they can get involved in, and kind of like an umbrella organization that helps them find where they can go for the activities that they're looking for.
You know something, you're absolutely correct. And I have to tell you, the four of you are a blessing to a community. Thank you so much. Really. A pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up, we'll speak with some of Jewish Federation's top leadership on what they've got planned to respond to the rapid growth of our Jewish community.
They say that caring for the elderly is a profession of the heart. As the director of home health care at Morse Life, I know that to be true. When I see an older person feeling safe and secure at home, I know I've done my job. To make a difference, to show compassion, dignity, and respect, it's not just our job, it's our mission.
Morse Life Home Healthcare.
Morse Life Health System, honoring senior living.
We're here with some community heavyweights, and I'd like to introduce them. Andrew Comiter, you're the chair of the Community Planning and Investment Committee for the Federation. We have Ray Golden here, who is the chair of our Jewish Federation, and Michael Hoffman, the CEO and president of our Jewish Federation. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you participate in our conversation today.
Yeah.
We've been speaking with community members about the growth of our Jewish community and population. My question for you, gentlemen, is what is our Federation, our partner agencies, and synagogues doing in preparation for this population boom?
Susan, it's a great question, and we are extraordinarily fortunate to be living in a community, one of the fastest growing Jewish communities in America. That opportunity provides a tremendous challenge to the Federation, whose primary mission is building community and aiding Jews in peril around the world. This comes at a crossroads, a critical time for all federations across America, as the ugly specter of anti-Semitism and the BDS movement on campuses are taking hold. It is also a time of when millennials and Generation X's are questioning their commitment to the economic and religious institutions that we cherish. And so the Federation has enormous challenges along with the opportunity. And I think you're going to hear from Michael about the programs that we've done to create a greater Jewish community, uniting the synagogues and the agencies to meet this impending opportunity.
Collaboration is very critical to this amongst the agencies. Do you want to address that, Michael?
Collaboration is absolutely key. Ray talks about the challenges. There's also great opportunities. 25,000 homes are being built in Palm Beach County over the next 10 to 15 years, which means that's hundreds and thousands of people moving into our community. Our Jewish community will potentially double. So what that brings is opportunities for all of us to work together, synagogues, agencies, to collectively prepare for this growth in community and to bring community together. And under the leadership of Andy Comiter of Community Planning and Investments, we're working very proactively with all of our partner institutions in the Jewish community to think how we can all work together to be that open tent, to welcome members of our community, from families with children to baby boomers who will be here year round.
Andy, tell us how Community Planning and Investments is dealing with this.
Well, we're excited. You know, that's first and foremost. You get a community that's growing, a Jewish community. It's a lot of opportunity for us. But with that, you know, with the amount of resources our community has, it's important for us to maximize our efficiencies. So when you look at what resources we have available and what the community needs, you have age groups from young children, like my son who's 2 years old, to grandparents and people over 100 years old. Everything in between. So when we evaluate our agencies, it's important to see what we're doing. Is the left hand talking to the right? Is there one agency that could help another maximize what we're doing here? Because when you have a growth like this, it's very important to review processes, make sure that you're staying on top of things, and make sure that we're all about making impact. Is there a way to make our impact greater? Is there a way to get the word out more? And is there a way for our community to know these are the resources we have available to you? Are you maximizing your ability to utilize those resources?
That is critical. There's a capital campaign that we're in the midst of called Building Tomorrow Together. Can somebody talk about that?
So part of this exciting point in our Jewish Federation is entering the final phase of what has been a multi-year capital campaign for our community. We have raised millions of dollars over these past several years, and the Building Tomorrow Together campaign will represent that last phase. Our Federation has recently purchased a new building in West Palm Beach that we will be moving into over the next 9 months. It's an exciting building, a beautiful building, and it's centrally located because we recognize at the Jewish Federation, we're serving the growing Jewish community up in North in Palm Beach Gardens and Jupiter. We're serving a growing Jewish community down south in Boynton and Lake Worth, growing Jewish communities in Wellington, on Palm Beach Island, and West Palm Beach. We need to be readily accessible for all segments of our community and enable our staff to be deployed out to provide the most innovative services in a community-based function.
The new building will constitute a city hall for the Jewish community, and it will be a center of gravity for all the programs coming together, working through our agencies and our synagogues, and it's going to be a terrific opportunity for people to gather, a place to gather as well.
And what type of opportunities are available to community members in terms of this campaign?
So we look for this capital campaign to be representative of the community. We want the community to participate. We want it to be reflective of the builders of our community, not just of the past, and recognizing and honoring the builders of our Jewish Federation and Jewish Palm Beach of years past, but also representative of how we're building for our future. People can participate through their philanthropic investment in our capital campaign and our building endowment fund, which we're creating. We're also looking at as opportunities to increase the number of volunteers. We're launching our Jewish Volunteer Center as of November 1st. We have Stacy Ellison is our chair. We just hired a director for the Jewish Volunteer Center. Our goal is to make Federation accessible and make our Federation a welcoming tent for people to give with their hands, give with their hearts, and give with their philanthropy.
Right. And I would say from the community planning and investment standpoint, that's an important aspect because it's not just about dollars, it's about human capital. You have a lot of agencies, you have synagogues, you have other organizations that need individuals to come and participate and assist in getting jobs done. And people could give their time, and at certain points, that's just as important as the dollar.
It really is. It's critical to be so inclusive. It really is, to make everybody feel like they're a part of the community.
Well, Michael's tenure, which is 15 months, has made an extraordinary difference in our community. He is a dreamer unlike most dreamers who can also execute. And he has a vision of creating a platform with many ports of entry for different flavors of Judaism. And his notion is to build the biggest tent possible to include the entire community. So I think the future is very secure. I think it's in good hands. And we have a host of terrific young people who are willing to make the commitment to bring us to maximize the potential of this community. So I think it's great.
It is. It's a very exciting time to be a part of this Jewish community. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Coming up, final thoughts on Mosaic.
Thousands of community members come together through programs and services provided by Federation and our local partner agencies to create a vibrant and vital community in Palm Beach County. Together, we can ensure a vibrant Jewish future. Federation and you, changing the world together.
I can't get over how quickly our community is growing. We're going to double in 10 years.
Yes, and our community has to be made aware of it, and the Federation is doing just that.
It's doing an amazing job.
I think so. Thank you for being with us. Be with us again next week when we have another look into the Jewish world. Goodbye from Mosaic.